Hi there. I'm Cyndi Coon, and I call myself a time traveler because I am an applied experiential futurist. And I'm also an AI adventurer. And a part of being an adventurer means finding a community. And in this book, this anthology, AI Futures, I found a community of people who were also interested in AI adventuring through creative ideas and activities, even though we were all and still are complete AI novices. And so we have decided to go on an adventure to first just write a story about each of our experience of how we came to be in AI, generate AI at this process with our creativity. And we thought, why not document the journey together? So we wrote the anthology, we published it. It's a printed thing you can get as well as the digital copy. But it's about more than that. It was a way for us to capture our stories, and then we are going to each record our chapters, video and audio. And then over the course of the next year, we're going to use various AI tools to engage our individual chapters to see what all can we produce out of that single piece of content. So today I'm going to read my chapter from AI Futures, an anthology. My chapter is called The Future of AI Emerges Out of Creativity and Community. Generative artificial intelligence became a canvas for my imagination when OpenAI and ChatGPT arrived in the public format in 2022. The version that wasn't just for developers and programmers, but for those of us who were creative. And the only way we were going to play in this space was with ChatGPT. When that arrived, the tool took my creative visions and extended them beyond boundaries of my normal art practice. Creativity used to only come as our human claim to fame, our secret sauce, our genius recipe. But guess what? AI is not just a tool in the toolbox, but it's a collaborator, reimagining possibilities with us. It's like having an assistant who brings new thoughts to my work, helping me see beyond my wildest imagination, collaborating with me. I'm embarking on this new journey to explore how a fusion of my personal top values, which are intuition, fun, and creativity, intersect with AI's capabilities. And so I wondered, how could they reshape my understanding of my practice as a trained artist and a trained futurist and a researcher, my personal creation practice? How might AI alter, change that practice? So this time in history is all about this very exciting mashup. Think of AI exploration as your personal invitation to a party where your imagination can meet up with algorithms, where anyone with a creative itch to write, make visual works, video, animation, songs, all of it. If that creative itch is there, this time in history, partnering with AI, it's not some scary sci-fi overlord, but an actual friendly co-pilot in your creativity. I have 2 degrees in fine art. My master's degree in fine art was earned in an area of artistic expression known as social practice. My thesis was defended in the 90s on the idea that art should allow anyone and everyone to create. And at the time, I called it temporary public art, because social practice wasn't a degreed program yet. But I believed that everyone should have access to creative activities and apps. That's the notion that I was building on. And so social practice is taking that idea that everyone should be allowed to engage and connecting it to a social issue, something that matters, something that you care about, something that you want to create work to shine light on. So for me, that is always embedded in my thinking as a writer, as a creative, as a futurist. And so what is social practice? It's an art form with a community-centric approach. The core principle is engaging with communities, local communities. Artists often work locally with specific groups and communities to create projects together, co-create, that are relevant and beneficial to all of the participants. The process involves extensive research and immersion in the community and collaboration with community members. Social practice is inherently interdisciplinary, often merging art with sociology, anthropology, environmental and social sciences, politics and policy, and technology. And so this reach into AI is a natural extension for the work that I do in my world already. And so the notion of social practice is artists really collaborating with experts from different fields to deepen the impact and relevance of their work and their practice. Projects in social practice frequently address pressing issues like inequality, environmental thrivability, sustainability, social justice, or community development. The goal is often to raise awareness around an idea, prompt discussions, drive change, or expand a body of knowledge. Unlike traditional art forms, where the audience is typically a passive observer, social practice involves active participation from the community, from any audience attendees. This participation can take many forms. Most social practice projects are local, site-specific, designed for, and influenced by the location and context in which they're situated. This can involve public spaces, specific neighborhoods, or particular cultural contexts. The outcomes of social practice projects can be unpredictable and varied, often involving organically based community participation and response. The success of these projects, not only sometimes measured in aesthetic terms, but rather in terms of social impact and engagement. Social practice artists often are facilitators, trained catalysts, and use their artistic skills to engage community, build and foster relationships, and promote social change through various mediums. They can take all different forms of mediums. The field is dynamic and constantly evolving, reflecting on changing nature of societal challenges and changes and wicked problems, and using art as a role towards addressing these. Suzanne Lacy and Lucy Lepard played critical roles in the development of social practice. Suzanne Lacy is a pioneer artist and curator, recognized for her contribution in the field and for the development of a new field known as New Genre Public Art, a term she coined. Lucy Lepard is an internationally known writer, activist, curator who has significantly contributed to the discourse around contemporary art, particularly in the areas of feminism, activism, and social practice. These two women pushed me back in the 1990s during graduate school to believe in what I was working toward. Today, seeing the creative community coming together through love and empathy and generosity around AI exploration aligns me with my original practice, social practice. With this as my background and training, aligning and matching with my applied futures training, everything came together and it's been ideal. By this, I mean, as an applied futurist, I'm trained to look into the future using the social science methodologies of future casting and threat casting. My journey typically begins with robust interdisciplinary approach across research areas, equipping me with data to analyze trends, models, potential futures, and understand the implications of emerging technologies, as well as societal changes. Mashing my science practice with my creative practice, with technology and trends, has led me to this point, to this time, to adventure into this future right now, all of these pieces together. For me, AI is one of those big deal lifetime experiences. I recall the same feeling in the 1990s during the dot-com bubble and activity. I didn't have the skills or the network to understand, to participate on scale then. But the energy around it, with the people learning to code basic HTML, was exciting and creative. Those who were interested were teaching each other and getting together to show and share. Then the bubble burst, and the World Wide Web became less a place of exciting engagement and collaborative exchange, and more of a place of commerce. Fast forward to 2023 and the introduction of generative AI's large language model, ChatGPT from OpenAI. All over again. The technology was bursting, and all the creatives returned to play. I got to begin a new journey of creative exploration. When ChatGPT arrived, I really began to play in a whole new way. I could suddenly imagine a future fueled by AI in collaboration with my creativity that I had never considered before. I could see a world where I was using my human artistic ideas, once only swirling around in my head, and these ideas could now be realized with AI. And I was stepping into this future where AI wasn't just a tool or a technological marvel, but a real integral part to my personal creative process. I could see AI as a collaborator that really was and is enhancing and expanding the human potential for maximizing my imagination. It's not a distance sci-fi scenario. It's a reality, a canvas, really, where my own human imagination and machine intelligence co-create.